Good afternoon. The remarkable aspect of this production is the intimacy it creates with the minds of those who view it. Everyone has a past history of their families. Everyone has memories of their youth. I was immediately transported back to 1965 to Encino, California, living with my Uncle Victor Bono's Italian-American home. Seeing myself at 13 years old working at Domingo's Italian Deli on Ventura Boulevard, serving actor Dick Van Dyke a meatball sandwich, serving coffee to Ephraim Semmelus Jr. and Paul Winchell in the patio, sitting with Dean Martin and my uncle on the set of The Silencers, and chumming around with actor Robert Strauss at my uncle's Halloween party. DiPietro has written a time vehicle that will transport you to the memories of distant laughs, engaging conversations, loving hugs, and smiling and happy faces of those who have moved on. It's a simple storyline, but the deeper the oceans for families are bottomless and forever.
She said, "Emma, just because you're his wife, it doesn't mean you're not as important as him. Speak up. Say what you feel. Don't become one of those women who gets lost behind their family." Ha.
So I told Ford my name was Ian Sean O'Brien O'Malley O'Sullivan. And they gave me the job. Atlantic City with the senior citizens from St. Anne's.
What I have to tell you is real important.
You sit in traffic for 4 hours with a busload of 80-year-old Catholics all carrying these giant bags of quarters. It's all...
What is Over the River and Through the Woods? What is that about, and who wrote that play?
It's Joe DiPietro, and he's probably best known for the play that immediately followed this, which is I Love You, You're Perfect, Now Change. You know, the title itself tells you what kind of guy he is. He is from Jersey. He writes about Jersey.
Now, you're from Jersey, too, as well.
Well, I lived there for quite a long time. When my wife got a job that I couldn't refuse, we moved up to Jersey and got settled in there. And occasionally on Sundays we'd go over, or even on Saturdays, other times it was nice and warm, to Hoboken, and they had big, wide sidewalks, so that at a restaurant you can always eat outside or inside.
Right.
And, you know, we'd enjoy ourselves over there. So this play right away, it felt like old home to me when I first read it. You know, these are the people I know. And if you live in Jersey and you don't know an Italian, something's wrong with you.
I come out of the bathroom and thought of Finelli standing there waiting to bless my spine.
I'm seeing this therapist, yes, but I won't be seeing him much longer.
Thank God.
I'll get in! No, man, just let the answering machine get in.
No, I think that machine broke.
I just got it for you. How did it break?
I threw it out. Every time we pressed the button, someone was yelling at us.
There was people leaving messages.
Nicky, I want to see you married before I'm dead.
Who are the main principal actors in the play?
Well, this is an ensemble.
Mm-hmm.
I can hardly say any one, but the one who's there throughout is Nick.
Played by
Mike Kania. He plays 29-year-old Nick.
Mm-hmm.
And he is a marketing executive, and he just got a promotion. And even though the only time he's ever been to his grandparents' house, really, is on Sundays. You see, this is the house of his maternal grandparents, So of course he lived with his paternal parents, with his parents, who were the children of the fraternal
And
grandparents.
which parent, who plays those, the grandfather and the grandmother?
Well, his real grandparents are Emma, Nan, you know.
Is it Denni Hunting?
No, that's Aida.
Okay, so that would be Nan Worthington.
Nan Worthington, yes. And Mike Nunn is her husband and the set designer.
Right.
And Frank is Larry Hains.
Right.
So, and then you just add Jeanette Hagberg, who is the woman brought in to seduce.
To entice him to remain in New Jersey.
Just something like that, yes, to entice him. And as she says, she is lonely, and then she says a bit desperate. Well, here she is, obviously in her late 20s, and hasn't had a proposal of marriage from anybody, even though she's absolutely drop dead gorgeous. And you have to wonder, well, she's a nurse, and she's probably smarter than the guys that date her.
Right, right. It comes off that way, definitely.
Yes, well that's good.
Yeah.
Because she's very quick-witted, and, you know, loves these people because they are quick-witted. And she finds out that this guy, Nick, that she was hoping would be as nice as the woman who brought her here, Emma, namely, the canasta partner of her mother, would be just as nice. But he turns out to be an asshole who has to shout at his his grandparents.
Right.
So, you know, what can you say? Poor guy. But he finally realizes that he does sort of like her.
Frank, shush, let the kids talk.
Oh, sorry. You two just go ahead. Pretend like we're not even here.
Oh, like that's possible.
I am not talking correct.
Be fucking fresh.
Frank's quiet.
I can't be quiet. I'm passionate.
So, Caitlin, you having a nice time? Absolutely.
We're glad that you came, Caitlin.
You'll have to come again soon. How about next Sunday?
We eat together every Sunday. We're a family.
Actually, I have to say it's rather amazing sitting here with all of you because, well, look at Nick, and I think how many grown adults actually get to have dinner with all four of their grandparents.
Yeah, he's a lucky boy.
A lot of people in their late teens, early 20s would be able to identify with this play, wouldn't they not?
Yeah, I think so. Particularly if they do have grandparents. Because, I don't know, when I was a kid and I would go from Dearborn to Owasso to visit my paternal grandfather, or grandmother. I never knew either of my grandfathers, but that grandmother at 82 years old could play. We'd have four of us, my brother, my father, myself, and my grandmother, and she would always beat us at four-handed solitaire. She would just wallop us. And she still did not have, well, the water in her kitchen was still a hand pump. That was an improvement over the one out in the yard.
Right. So Nick is getting a promotion,
He's getting
and
a
I believe
promotion.
it's to Seattle, right?
Yeah,
So he's going
that's
to
the
move
problem.
away.
Yeah, and he's the last one of that family that is still here coming into the dinner in Hoboken.
I got offered a promotion at work.
Congratulations.
What kind of promotion?
Well, it's a better management position.
Tell.
Well, I could, but I don't think you'd understand. I mean, you don't really understand what it is I do now.
Just because we wouldn't understand it doesn't mean we don't want to hear about it.
All right. Well, as I've explained before, I work in marketing, which is kind of like advertising, you know, commercials. But I don't actually make the commercials. How should I say? I plan overall strategy for commercials and newspaper ads and various other types of media, such as billboards and brochures and internal and external sales presentations. Well, with my new position and this is exciting, I will be in charge of developing, implementing, and coordinating all of those strategies in a top 20 market.
Well, whatever the hell it is you're doing, Nicky, we're damn proud of you.
And now Nick is going to go just as far away.
Right.
And they want to hold on to him.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes a while before they realize they have to let him go.
Mm-hmm.
That the world moves on,
Mm-hmm.
and it does.
I should tell him the doctors did their tests and it has spread. I should tell him that if he takes this job, when he says goodbye, it will probably be the last time we see each other. No one knows yet. Not even my Emma. I'll tell her soon. But I should tell him.
Is this a comedy?
It is a comedy, officially, but people do not understand the meaning of comedy, actually. They think it's all ha-ha all the way through. No, comedy is just as serious as tragedy, but it has a different ending. At the end, the person is supposed to learn really doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end, Nick is suggesting to Aida that she leave the house that Frank built for her and come to Portland, where he will even take her out to dinner. This is unbelievable to her, because what does she do but cook? That's her life, and taking care of Frank, who's now gone. But she still has to stay in the house, because her house, he gave it to her.
Right.
And Nick never really understands that, but he gets a hint of it when after that, when Aida goes out to get the dinner ready, and he says, you know, that, well, now that he's living with Teresa, married and waiting for their first kid, he tried to think back, and it's a blur.
Right.
But he may be beginning to understand Tengo famiglia.
Family.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
family.
Family.
Yes, ma'am, we decided. No, ma'am, we can't hide it. Yes, ma'am, that's my baby now. Oh, by the way, when we meet that creature, we will say, yes, sir, yes, my baby, no, sir, I don't mean maybe, yes, sir, that's my baby now. Oh, by the way, when we meet that creature, we will say, yes, sir, that's my baby, no, sir, I don't mean maybe, yes, sir, that's my baby now.
In hearing that, I've been reminded I need to call my uncle David Buono today and let him know that I love him dearly and that he is family.
Yes, yes.
Thank you, Bill.
Very good.
Has this been a great directorial experience for you?
Oh, yes, it's been wonderful. I mean, every one of these actors is experienced, and they just fell into the way I direct, which I frankly admit is not typical. I do not like telling them what they have to do. I like coaxing it out of them, getting them into the characters through the reading of the words, and then letting them get into the skin of the actor and relate.